Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I've been getting lots and lots of requests on my everyday makeup, and you guys wanted a get ready with me or a tutorial on what makeup I use. So I'm here to do that today. I'm going to show you my everyday sort of basic makeup. Some people might think this is a lot of makeup, some people might think this is not a lot of makeup, but this is kind of just what I personally do, and I'm going to go through the products that I use and share with you guys my everyday sort of makeup, my makeup routine. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. So I've done all of my skincare and now I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of get into my daily makeup routine. I have my little makeup bag here. I grab this every morning. It has everything that I use in it. I don't have a huge makeup collection because if you guys don't know, I do a lot of freelance makeup and stuff like that. So my professional kit is huge, and so for me, I like to have a lot less makeup just for myself, and it's a personal preference. So basically, outside of this bag, I probably have one drawer full of a few different things in makeup, but other than that, that's all that I own. To some people, this might seem like a lot. To other people who really love makeup, this is probably a little, but I like to just kind of put my go-to makeup in here, grab it every morning, grab my little cup of brushes and get my iced coffee, or if it's in the winter, hot coffee, and you know, do my makeup. Take everything to the bathroom, and I do it in my bathroom mirror normally, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it with you guys. So I have a mirror set down here, so if I'm looking down, it's because I have a little mirror here. So the first thing I'm going to start with is my primer. I've yet to find a primer that I really absolutely love. I'm using the NYX Marshmallow Primer right now, and I'm a person who doesn't really see a huge difference with priming and not priming my skin. It's just something I kind of do just because, I don't know, I just do it because it's there, I guess. If I didn't have a primer, I probably wouldn't use it, but I've yet to find a really amazing primer that I love, so there's that. I'm just using, again, the NYX Marshmallow Primer. It smells really good, but I mean, I guess I could leave or take it. The next step I normally do is grab my foundation and my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This one I'm using the color 6. I can use a lot of different colors depending on what I want to do. I like to put this underneath my foundation just to have that sort of lit from within sort of look. So it's just a part of my priming sort of routine. So I take a fluffy brush. This one is just from Real Techniques, and I just pat that in. It just gives a beautiful highlight without adding any texture or glitter to your skin. It's not very oily, this product, so I really like it because it kind of just gives a natural glow. On days where I'm not wearing a full face, I kind of will just do that, a little concealer, powder, bronzer, and go. But I'm going to go ahead and do my full routine for you guys. So I'm going to take my Dior Face and Body Foundation. On the back of my hand, I just take about a little pea-size amount. I don't like to wear too much base makeup because I don't want to look cakey or like the makeup is just sitting on my skin. So I go ahead and I buff that in, and I really love how the Dior Face and Body looks. If you have not tried it, go ahead to your Sephora and try it because it is beautiful. It just looks like skin. It almost feels like you're just literally putting on like water onto your skin. It doesn't feel like anything, and I really love that about it. But it does even out the skin really nicely. I would say it's about medium coverage. It's not full coverage or anything, but I really like it. And what I like to do is just take a damp beauty blender and just pounce over my skin just to get rid of any excess product that's sitting on my skin, because I really, again, like my base not to be too heavy. I really do like a perfected base, but again, I don't like to look like the makeup is just sitting on my skin. I'm going to do my routine just like I do it sort of every day for work. So the next thing that I do is I'm going to take my no, this is a corrector. This is the Chanel Longwear Concealer Corrector, and this is in 91 Caramel. And I just like to use, honestly, this doesn't really look like a corrector, but it has a little bit of an orangey tone to it, and it just serves to brighten up my under eyes. I like to use this before I use a brightening concealer, just to sort of cancel any darkness that I might have. This is a product that it was given to me at work, and I really like it. Don't know if I will repurchase it after, because I typically just use a concealer that is the same sort of color as my skin, and that's a little warm to sort of serve as a corrector. But it's really nice. I really like it. It's nice and thin, and again, not too thick. Then I'm going to go ahead with my Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. This is a recent purchase and something that I really, really love. I have a complex about my under eye circles, so I really like a brightening concealer. I just go ahead and put that around my face in areas where I want to lift and highlight. So this is kind of the placement that I've been liking recently. And then I go ahead and use my beauty blender to just blend everything in. I love my beauty blender. I don't think I could do my makeup without it, to be honest. Actually, I got these sponges from Amazon that I really want to try. I'm going to go ahead and open that and finish blending out my skin. So I just got these Paw Paw Wonder Blender sponges from Amazon, and I dampened one, and I just wanted to try these out because I've been hearing really great things about this sponge from different YouTubers. I first heard about them from Simply Aisha here on YouTube, and wanted to try it. They are affordable, and so if I can get an affordable option to the Beauty Blender makeup sponge, then I definitely want to try it. I have never tried any real dupes for the Beauty Blender besides using the Real Techniques sponge, and I really like that one. I have to say, this is really nice and soft. I'm really liking how it is feeling. The only thing is that it picks up a little bit of the product, like absorbs more of the product than the Beauty Blender does, but it is super duper soft, and that's what I really love about the Beauty Blender in particular, how soft and bouncy it is. I don't like really dense sponges. This is just a little bit denser than the Beauty Blender. Absorbs a little bit more of the product, but I really, really like it. So that's probably definitely going to be an upcoming favorites video. So I put a little bit more concealer under my eyes just to kind of sit and oxidize and thicken up. So while that's sitting there, I will go ahead and move on to my cream bronzer. I love a cream bronzer. It's a step that I have started doing, I want to say, for a few years now. And I really love to layer cream products under powder. I love the finish of them. So I'm just going to pull my hair scarf back a little bit so my hairline, I can see my hairline a bit better. I don't really love that halo effect you get around your hairline when you bronze. So what I like to do is just pull my scarf back and really work my bronzer into the hairline so I get that really natural look, because I don't want that like light halo above where I bronze. So I'm going to go ahead and just blend this in. This is the Chanel Les Beiges Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream and the Deep Bronze. This is a newer color that came out, I want to say about, is it last year or the year before? I don't know. It came out a little while ago, and I love it. It is a huge thing of product that you get. I really like the color. I really like how it blends. There is some mixed reviews on this, but I am one of those people who really, really love it. I really love this to use to contour my forehead. I have a huge forehead, so I like to go ahead and contour that really well. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Complexion Brush to blend my bronzer. I really love that brush. It's like a nice dense sort of buffing foundation brush, but it's not too dense where it won't move around the product, but it's not too flimsy, so you have a lot of control. Really like that brush. Don't contour my nose with cream bronzer currently. It's just sometimes I feel like it, sometimes I don't, and lately I have not been doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and blend the rest of my concealer since it's been sitting there. And I feel like with this sponge I just have to have a little bit of a lighter hand so that I am not absorbing so much of the concealer. So I'm just lightly dabbing the rest of that concealer in. I'm going to go ahead with my One Size translucent powder. This is the powder that I've been using probably for the past, I want to say, 4 or 5 months or so. You guys know that I don't love the packaging on this. It has a lid, but then it has this little tiny opening to it. I always take a little bit on the back of my bronzer, and I use this as sort of my little palette to work from. And I'll show you why I do that. But yeah, I really like the actual powder product of this. It looks really good on the skin. It sets you really well without you having to touch up throughout the day. So I really like that about it, but I just don't love the packaging. I'm going to take my little Mercier little Velour puffed and get the excess product off. I've been setting my makeup this way recently, the past few months as well, and I really like it. I like to go ahead and pat in my translucent powder under the eye. This is going to set everything and give this really flawless finish and give this poreless finish to the skin. I'm literally just patting it under the eye just to set that concealer in place. It's going to also take up any excess shine on the skin, but not make you look dry. Now, if you have mature skin, you have very textured skin, I don't know if you would like this technique, or if you have dry skin. But for my oily girls who maybe have issue with pores and you want that really flawless finish, this is a really great technique to use. A velour puff with your setting powder. It really sets the skin and gives this flawless finish. I'm going to go ahead and hit my chin. Any areas where I get really oily, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm setting very well. I like to take the powder kind of on the side of my nose, let it sit there, sort of do its thing. Whatever's left, I kind of take on areas like the nose, over my cream bronzer lightly. And that just allows the powder to blend easily over it. Again, over my eyes, my eyelids, especially between my eyebrows. And then I kind of leave the outer portion of my face alone just to keep that little bit of glow. Now that I have all of that on, I'm going to go ahead and with my powder bronzer, which is going to be my Gucci bronzer, which I love, in the shade 4. You guys can see that there's a huge hole in there from hitting pan. I'm going to take my little angled brush. This is an angled cheek contour brush from Mercier, and swirl around in there and go ahead and just bronze up my cheekbones. Kind of anywhere I put that cream bronzer is where I'm going to be putting this powder bronzer, and I kind of like to take it onto the cheeks almost like a little bit of a blush too. I'm gonna hit that hairline, make sure to warm up that forehead. When you contour and you use bronzer on the forehead, it kind of just brings the forehead down a little bit, the focus down a little bit. Now, if you have a small forehead, you probably don't want to use so much bronzer and contour on your forehead because it'll make your forehead look even smaller. If you have a big forehead, go for it. And I have a huge forehead, so I like to really go for it, have a lot of space to work with. And I'm gonna go under my chin with this bronzer. Another step that sometimes I will do before I set my face is take concealer along the jawline. I forgot to do that. That's something I'm recently doing, but because I don't have a ton of powder here yet, I'm gonna do it and show you guys anyway. So I literally just do a little bit of a line there above where I contour under the bronzer, and then I just blend that out, and that just kind of reinforces your jawline. And gives a little bit of a sharper look with your jawline. I have my bronzer on, so a new product that I've been using is this Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Blush in Pink Dahlia. It has a little brush on one end, but I don't use that. I just use my Nars cream bronzer brush that was made for their cream bronzer, and I just pop that on the cheeks. I don't really use pink blush like at all, and so I saw this one. I was like, you know what, let me get this, because I don't really own a very pink blush for myself. I own a ton of pink blushes for my kit, but not personally. I don't own any pink blushes, and I don't use makeup that is in my professional kit on myself. So I was like, you know what, let me try this. I think it's really pretty, and it'll give like a fresh sort of look, and it'll be different from my regular schmegular peach blush that I always use. So I've been loving that. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to my eyebrows. I know people do their eyebrows maybe at the beginning of their routine, at the end. I kind of do this, my eyebrows, after I finish my complexion, before I go into my eye makeup. So I'm going to brush up my eyebrows. I went back to just using my Anastasia Brow Wiz. I was doing the whole feathered brow look with the brow pen and all that, but I'm kind of over that, and I really like the look of a thinner, just arched, nice brow. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I use my Nars Soft Matte Concealer, the one that's in the pot. I use that within a little angle brush. This one is just from Charlotte Tilbury. It's like an angled eyeliner brush. And I use this to clean up my brows. Doesn't have to be perfect, because I don't want that like old school perfect Instagram brow. I still want it to be fluffy, but I want the shape to pop. I still want to have a nice clean shape, but I don't need it to be perfect. I use a Sephora Precision Tapered sort of brush just to blend it out. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to my eyes. I'm going to use my Bobbi Brown Camel eyeshadow. This is like a oldie but goodie. It's just a matte warm brown. Not that warm though. It's warm, but it's not like reddish brown. It's more of like a, I don't know, it's more of like a clay sort of color. I actually use this to contour my nose. Just using this fluffy eyeshadow brush. I don't even know where it's from. It doesn't have any name on it, but it's really fluffy and dense. And I go ahead and I pull this across my lid as well, like literally all over, from the base all the way up through the crease underneath the brow bone. This is like sort of my base color. Sometimes I'll just leave this This is also something that I do with like a bronzer a lot of the times, but I've just been loving this color because it's not too warm. And on days where I really don't want to do a full eyeshadow look, I'll literally do this. A little tiny bit of eyeliner, mascara, and I always wear a half lash and I go. But I will be doing my full sort of routine, so I will be adding a little bit of eyeshadow. So like you can literally just do that and go. But I'm gonna go ahead and use my Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette, and when I first got this, I really did not like it too much, and I got one and I put it in my kit, but I started using it on clients and loved it so much that I got one for myself, and now I really love it. So it's one of those things that I kind of just had to work with, and now I absolutely love it. So I'm just taking a medium brown shade that's on the end here and pulling that again on across my lid, on the lower lid, just to add a little bit of depth to my eyes. Then I'm going to take the deep brown here, it's like a reddish brown, and just pull that across the outer edge of my eye and up into the crease, but not too high. Now I'm going to pop over to my eyeliner, and right now I'm using the One Size Point Made Bodacious Black sort of liner, and I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit of a wing. I think I mentioned to you guys that like, doesn't really have to be perfect, but I mentioned to you guys that I've been enjoying a wing on my eyes. It just lifts my eyes, gives me that definition. I was in a stage where I just didn't wear liner, and then now I'm in a stage where I feel like I have to wear liner. And I'm just doing the outer edge, honestly. It doesn't have to be perfect, because what I'm going to do is take a pencil brush. This is the MAC 210 brush. And I'm going to take the black that's in the palette, the Master Mattes palette, and literally blend over the eyeliner. And notice that I only do eyeliner on the outer half of my eye. I have hooded eyelids, I have smaller eyes, so I don't want to close off my eyes, but I still want a nice sort of like smoky liner, so I do it just on the outer half. I'm just kind of smoking it out, blending it out, and once I do mascara and lashes, you'll see that it just gives this really pretty blurred look. Like, it's a little bit more effortless. It's not as sharp and as graphic as just the liner look. It just makes it a little bit more, again, like effortless, and I really like how that looks. So I'm not doing too much, just giving it a little bit of a blur. That makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and take the same brush that I blended out the concealer under my brows, and I'm just gonna clean up the edge, make sure everything is looking lifted and pulled out. That just helps to clean up everything. My favorite mascara, and I can't stop using this mascara, is the Rare Beauty mascara. I love this mascara. I need to get a new one. I'm between getting a new one of this or trying the Byredo mascara. So I don't know just yet if I'll repurchase this or try the Byredo mascara. Still thinking. So this mascara really gives length, volume, and what I love about it is that Rare Beauty is a clean beauty brand. So I love that it's a clean beauty brand, but this mascara doesn't run on me or flake. The main problem that I have with mascara is that they run and they flake, but I don't want to use a waterproof mascara because waterproof mascara can really wreak havoc on your lashes. So I love this one. It doesn't run. It's really nice and black and inky, and it just gives a beautiful look to your lashes, and you can really layer this on without it looking too clumpy. My next step is to take my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I use the shade 3 Tan, and I'm going to use this Sephora sort of powder brush. I'm just going to go ahead and pounce over my skin, kind of set my makeup without adding any heavy product. This serves to sort of also kind of give an airbrush look. Sometimes what I will do is also take my sponge, get a little bit of the powder, translucent powder, and pop that underneath my bronzer, sort of kind of to sort of just reinforce that sharp shape. Take my powder brush and just get rid of the excess powder. And just make sure it looks really blended. Then what I'll do is go ahead and use my Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray by Charlotte Tilbury and just make sure everything looks set and not powdery or cakey. I like to do this step at this point because now I'm going to go ahead, as that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and pop on my lashes and do my lip, and then I'll be done. Alright guys, so I've talked about these Amazon lashes in past favorites videos. It's from the New Cali lashes, and I will link them. I cut off a portion of the back of the lash, and I use about 3/4 of the lash, and I pop those on. I don't like the look of the lash going completely to my inner corner. That's just me. I just don't like that look. I reuse and reuse them over and over again until I feel like they can't be used, and then I go on to a new pair. And that's why I love those lashes, because they're affordable and you can just reuse the same pair over and over again. So that pack of lashes lasts me months and months and months. I'm going to grab my lash glue, which is the Duo Dark Tone, and then my tweezers. I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty Sun Stalk'r Face and Bronzer palette, and I'm going to use the highlight shades that are in there. I mixed both of them and then just put a little bit on the back, on the top of my cheekbones, but not all the way down. I like to just kind of keep it in a smaller area. I take the lighter one that's in there as well, the lighter one, and I use that down the center of my nose, a little bit on my lip. That's kind of it. I leave everything matte, but those areas on my skin, I've been also really liking just the matte eye, not adding too much shimmer on my eyelids or anything like that. I'm gonna go ahead and just pop these lashes on. As a makeup artist, I do blow on my own lashes, but if you do makeup, don't blow on any lashes, don't blow on any product. It's very unhygienic if you're gonna be doing someone else's makeup, but if these are my lashes, I can blow on them. Sometimes I will curl my lashes with the lash curler together with my actual lashes, but I haven't been doing that recently. I have kind of just been using my thumb and my forefinger just to pinch, my index finger just to pinch the lashes together at the end, just to make sure they're married with my lashes. And I typically wear lashes every single day. It's just a personal preference. I feel like my eyes need them and they need that lift. I like to kind of get that elongated look to make my eyes look bigger. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on a quick lip, and I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Foxy Brown Lip Liner. You know, this is like the only lip liner that I use. What I like to do is also take my clean finger and just diffuse the liner so it looks really soft and not too heavy. And I normally don't keep my lip products in my little makeup bag. It's normally in my purse, so I have to go get it. I'm gonna also use a lipstick, which I haven't been really wearing lipstick lately. I've just been throwing on a gloss over my lip liner, but today I'm gonna put a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Super 90s on just because I feel like it. But normally I don't put on too much lipstick. And I'm gonna take a tiny bit of the Bobbi Brown Crushed Lip Oil and Forever Chill, which is this beautiful brown color, and just hit the center of my lips. So that's the makeup look pretty much. I'm gonna go ahead and take my hair down. Alright guys, so that is my makeup done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been getting so many requests on just my daily makeup. This is kind of what I do on the daily. It doesn't really change. I might put a little bit of a shimmery shadow on the center of my eyelids if I'm feeling a little bit fancy. Might change the lip. The blush may change to orange blush, but this is pretty much my everyday sort of makeup that I wear to work, even for filming. It doesn't really change. I might lighten it up, but this is the gist of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give me a like, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you also know when I am uploading videos. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye guys.